Let's go!
Hey, y'all said, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FMF Podcast.
Yes, sir.
So we decided to do something just a little bit different.
Yep.
We were just sitting and talking, and we were coming up with ideas for our topic for today.
Yeah.
And we decided we were just gonna just kind of shoot off the cuff a little bit, man. Just be real and transparent.
Yeah.
And what we were talking about off camera, we just bring it on the camera.
Yeah.
And we talking about when is the right time to quit your job?
Mm-hmm.
Should you quit your job? Things like that. And as for me, I'm self-employed right now. We got two that's coming down the wings.
Man.
And so we were just talking about like some of the pros and cons, like I guess when I decide to make my decision, when is a good time to things to kind of look for.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted to do a podcast just really explaining and detailing that, trying to help the people that's thinking about making that transition on things to look out for and what to do. So I guess I'll go ahead and start it off. As far as for me, I knew I wanted to leave my job probably like 5 years before I actually left.
Dang,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the process, yeah.
It was the process, and for me, I wanted to have some type of like financial comfortability when it was time for me to leave. So it took me about like 3 to 4 years to get that financial comfortability where I had a certain amount of money set aside where I felt I would say 6 to 8 months set aside
Where they get
of
that
all
from?
your expenses.
Why 6 to 8?
Because for that number really comes from for people that like lose their job. Like if you ever lose your job or whatever, it take about 6 to 8 months to try to find like another job or whatever.
That can sustain.
Exactly. Well, you don't have to worry about how I'm gonna pay the bills. 6 to 8 months is good for an entrepreneur because by that time, whatever avenue that you're going into, you should be kind of picking up steam a little bit where you can start making a living off of it within that time frame. Especially the biggest part is working on whatever you want to do while you're still on your job.
Yeah,
That's the biggest part, man.
Yeah.
So I'm in the financial service industry. I help people with financial coaching, things like that. Oh yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
So I was doing that while I was working my job. I had did it for 4 years, 5 years while I was on my job before I actually left. Build up a clientele, build up confidence, knew how to do what I needed to do to build up my knowledge before it was time to leave. And when it was about a year process for me where I had the money, I had the knowledge. It was the confidence in being like, yo, can I go out here and really make it happen every single day with just me? You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about a job people don't understand is the main difference between a job and like working for yourself is a job tells you what to do every single day.
Yep.
They tell you what to do. So you don't gotta think. You don't gotta figure out nothing. You just go to work, what I gotta do, go home. When you working on your own, you gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
You're an army of you.
You an army of you, so you gotta figure out like, yo, if I'm not making money, what the hell am I doing wrong? Where like I'm not closing deals, or I'm not selling products, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that. Right. You gotta figure it out. You can't rely on somebody else to figure it out for you. And that was the process where it took. I had to feel confident in myself that I could go out here and really do it on my own and really make it happen, because that was the last year before I left. I had been ready.
Yeah.
I had been ready, and it took that, and then also having people that believe in you, that then really encourage you, that tell you, yo, you can do it, we support you. That support is big, man, when you self-employed, to be around like-minded people that hold you accountable, to be around people that might be in the same industry where y'all not competing with each other, but y'all trying to help each other, networking and things like that. Yo, I couldn't help this person, maybe you can help them. Things like that. So building a good team. So I'm gonna kind of stop there because I want y'all to talk about like y'all experiences.
Well, I wanted to dip into. I want us to go on a normal way of we just go on a lecture with just each one of us. I'm gonna pick a topic on why it started at the beginning, where you got to a point where you said that you had to build up the confidence to go ahead and work on your own to be an entrepreneur. I think we need to step back and understand the indoctrination of going to school and having a job. Where it stems, I feel like it's like I stopped saying I feel like, man, we're men, man. I know what I think. This is what I think. I gotta stop with this I feel. I told myself I need to stop saying it. So what I think is that from growing up, the first thing we go into is going into school, the indoctrination camp. That's when I'm starting to learn what it is. The reason why I say that, not saying education is not good, but the fact that you have to wake up at a certain time, you have to go and eat at a certain time, you have to work for a certain time, and then go home.
What does it sound like?
A job. They automatically start you off to say there's an hour block of this doing this work and this or this how much you do this week and this hour at this time and lunch. It's brainwashing us since the beginning when we started as kids. So you already have programming and your mind shift is already going towards the workforce. And that's where we circle back to what you were saying was building that confidence to break it.
That's a great way to
strong. Put it. So I think it shouldn't even been that in the first place.
Yeah. And when you think about our school system, it's
the training you to work for them.
It's just training because it's no thinking. You go to school, they talk to you about a subject, they tell you what to do, study this, pass the test, you get good grades. A lot of what I figured out, a lot of entrepreneurs suck their school, man.
Yes.
They weren't good in school because they didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's so many people. I saw something, I think it was Damon John. He had put something up. It's a bunch of like entrepreneurs. He made a list of people, and he said all these people had dyslexia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
all these people had dyslexia. You know what I'm saying? But they had a tough time
because
But they had a tough time learning in school. Yeah. And I'm starting to realize, like my daughter, I just tell her like, look. Learn how to communicate with people. I'm trying to teach her the skills that translate.
The essentials.
I tell like my daughter, she come to me and she been having a tough time learning when to talk and when not to talk.
Kids.
So you know what I'm saying? Because this is her first year in school. So I tell her, I've been trying to teach her So that's she part of me, man. Yeah. So I've been teaching her like, look, I don't want you to not talk to people. Yeah. You gotta learn how to do that. I want you to learn how to make friends. I want you to learn how to communicate with people. But the thing I want you to focus on is, hey, when the teacher tell you stop talking, just don't talk in class when the teacher's talking. Yeah. Outside of that, talk as much as you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's an essential skill, and we gotta stop holding our kids back or telling our kids they can't do this or that just because they might not be good in school. You know what I'm saying? They might not be doing great in school. Right. So now, you can't be this or you can't be that. No, they just
everything's different. Just means they ain't good in school. Maybe they ain't good at following the directions of somebody else.
I can't stand it.
Maybe that's what it is.
I can't stand it.
And me going through life and going job after job after job, I slowly realized that they may not be the space that I want to be at for the rest of my life. Not like I'm hard-headed and not because I want to be told what to do. It's just that me having the freedom of doing what I think I'm meant to do. And it's not always being able to build capital, build wealth for somebody else when I can go out here and do it for myself and my legacy. So you have to make the difference between if you're going to be a worker. There's nothing wrong with being a worker because some of these jobs, it's essential. But everybody can't be an owner because everybody was an owner, then there would be nobody buying anything.
But I want to tell y'all this though: it's okay to be a worker.
There's nothing wrong with
But you should have something for yourself that you building alongside with.
I believe
and the reason I say that is we keep giving out this false narrative that like job is security. No, it's not.
No, not in 2021.
Job is not security.
Corona showed that real quick.
Facts. So when you think about it, like the job I was at, I worked at a bank. Bro, if you made a mistake and gave somebody some extra money too much over the limit at the time, right? You gone. One mistake gets you gone. You know what I'm saying? So how is that?
I was at FedEx. They got a zero tolerance policy on throwing boxes. I didn't.
You throw balls off the field, okay?
I didn't do it this time. I threw a bike at a bit. All right, but this one time.
How old were you? That was 2000 and that was a while.
Like 2012.
That was like that's like 8 years, 8, 9, something like that.
Yeah.
God, I've been knowing to do a while. Like, go ahead, because this.
But they got a zero tolerance policy. The management, like I was getting raises because I was doing what I was supposed to, and I had a good tenure, and they didn't want to pay somebody that much, so they was like, how can we get this person out? He's a great employee. Say it was zero tolerance. With zero tolerance, it ain't no questioning, you just automatically gone. So job security.
It's out the window, man. When somebody else is telling you how much you could get, how much an hour of your time is worth. When somebody telling you when you could go on break, when somebody telling you when we need you to come in, when we need you to go, like, yo, that's not security, because they can change their mind at any point.
Man, I learned
so just have something. It's alright to work, but have something for yourself where if something do happen, you don't just fall off the cliff.
My pop said to weigh out the positives and the negatives when it comes to these jobs. But the positive, number one, I'm gonna let you go, is like, positive is you don't have to worry about most times the company failing, because you just paying your little part. It's less risk. It's way less risk. You just go in, clock in. Somebody else worry about the P&Ls and how much money and electricity in the place. You ain't worry about that. Clock in, do your little job, and go home. That's a little bit of security, and people like to rely on that. Yo, entrepreneurs, shoot us all on you. If you don't work that day, you don't feel like
you don't make no money.
We talked about this before we started recording. There's no days to be like, I don't feel like it. There's no such thing as an entrepreneur or a business owner. You can't say those words. I don't feel like it. No, there's no such thing.
No such thing.
No, there ain't no such thing. Ain't no sick time.
Unless you don't want to make money that day.
Exactly. So you gotta weigh out your pros and cons. So that's what I'm saying. It's not negative for people that have a job, because people see those and they be like, yo, I don't want to deal with all that stress. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
We don't want to just, I can't, am I allowed to say the word? Shit on people? I ain't trying to shit on people and say that it's okay for you to be a job and you weak and you soft. We're not saying that at all.
We're not saying that at all.
We should say in the beginning, it's not like that, because we work jobs.
We have ownership or something.
So just weigh out your pros and cons, man.
Look at our last episode that we did when we was talking about financial literacy and things like that, because we touched on the 4 quadrants. And most people who start a business are actually starting a job as self-employed. And if you don't work, you don't eat. All right. So when you start a business, when you elevate to a business, then you don't have to actually be there for that business to keep rolling and producing income. That's where you want to be at. But it takes some time, and it takes a lot of work to get to that point.
What's the percentages, man?
I don't know the percentage.
Let me say the percentages of starting a business.
Yeah. So they say 80% businesses fail within the first year. And then the next 2 to 5 years, 80% fail.
So if you make it over that, you still got another 80%.
I'm trying to figure out the percentage that make it.
Right. So you gotta get past the first year hump, the sophomore jinx, and then you gotta get through all of the. You gotta get through 5. You gotta get through 5, man. And just to hold steady, you already setting yourself apart. Just to touch back on what you guys talking about in the school system, my little brother, very smart, but he's mentally lazy. So what he would do, and I've seen it in action. What he would do is, with his laziness, let me find a way to manipulate other people's minds to my benefit, so I don't have to do nothing. It got to the point where they put him in remedial classes. I was like, he's not mentally challenged
at all.
He's not mentally challenged. Now he just
didn't want to work.
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to. But whatever he wanted to do, and this is what I felt too, I don't like mandatory learning.
Yeah.
So I never was a reader. Because what we read in Huckleberry Finn, I don't want to read. I don't care about that. That's not interesting to me.
No.
What am I learning from that? Yeah. White people.
Okay. I see what you mean now. I was trying to figure out we're going to the mandatory
learning.
So you want
So now I'll pick up a book that interests me. I can finish that book. I resonate with that, right? It's mandatory learn. It's not mandatory learning. It's something that I want to do. It's something that I'm always improving on myself. Plus, when it came to, I learned this about myself early on. I can't stand the interview process. And it's not because I'm not good for a job.
Okay, all right.
It's not that I'm not good at it. I excel with it. I've got great people skills, communication, and I know what people want, what they want to see, and I can sell myself. But that's exactly what you're doing. You're selling yourself, and you're never going to get the value that you're worth.
Selling yourself for $20 an hour.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. When you think about it, that's what your life is worth.
That's why I keep saying the hour.
You're not getting your time back. You're not never getting this time back. So you say when you break down, again, we're not shitting on jobs because I'm working one.
Right.
We all work them. But when you sit down and really think about it, it's like, after taxes, they break down like $16, $17. So you saying for your whole hour, you're only worth $16, $17.
Right, and
that's it. That's what your life was worth.
And that's on a good. That's on a good.
That's a good end.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's not even getting that.
It's people that's not even getting that. That's not even making, like, that's on a good end. And I'm like, yo, I gotta fight and prove to you that I can at least get that from you, for you to be able to take that away from me at any given moment.
Anytime.
It never interested me. I'm at my current job, they want me to be the supervisor and all of these lead positions, and I'm going for it, but I'm still not excited about it. So when it comes back to what we was talking about, have an exit plan. If you don't want to work and continue working, have an exit plan, and that exit plan needs to come with some type of investing, like we've touched on. Get your 401k straight.
Got to.
Because that will be a great cushion when you leave that business, that job. On top of that, how much do you need in order to leave a job? See, because he said he saved us 6 months and he was comfortable.
And no, I had more than that, but at least I had 6 months.
Yeah, and
break down your budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Break down your budget.
So know your numbers, know all of your expenses to the point to gas, groceries, all of it, everything. What you know, and what you can manage.
Smart.
Like, know all of these things. Tally up how many, for 6 months, and 6 months, or we say 6 months as a general, but be honest with yourself. How much do you think you need in order to be able to put yourself in a predicament where you're going to be making this regularly?
And you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got different comfort levels about, like, okay, I got this amount saved up. All right, now I feel comfortable.
Right.
But I want to touch on two things real quick too. When it comes to what Trey was talking about, the first thing is that dang, it just slipped my mind.
It's
yo.
like,
Go ahead and finish talking. It'll come back.
So,
it just slipped my mind, bro. I was holding it in. I was waiting for a point to jump in. But go ahead.
Just power hype on this one.
Yeah.
So we're doing the same brain fights all over. So
Y'all nasty. But I want to dip into that, what you said about your budget. You have to really, if you're going to go into the game of trying to get out of your job and really working for yourself as a business owner, not just an entrepreneur, but really a business owner.
yes.
You want to go ahead and break down all your numbers,
Yeah.
P&Ls, your wins, what you're wasting your money on.
Yeah.
Like you said, the groceries, your gas, how much you want to spend when you go out on the weekend. Break down all those things.
When the last time you tried to get a better bill on your cell phone?
Yeah, like that.
Like if you're gonna have cable or internet, when the last time you called and checked up and see if they got a better deal out? When the last time you got it? You probably had that thing for like 5 years. They probably got a whole different package now.
That's how they get you.
And you're still paying the same amount that it was 5 years ago.
Because you know what they doing? Auto pay.
Car insurance every 6 months. Shop around for your car insurance every 6 months.
Yeah.
And the reason is most companies give discounts to new people because they want to get people in, and they know most people, once they locked in, they don't worry about shopping around.
Yeah.
Right.
So then you might notice your car insurance keep going up a little bit after a while. Every 6 months, shop around, man, because you could probably find a better deal. So I'm glad y'all brought that up.
I'm telling you, man, it's so many avenues, so many cuts that you could do, so many different ways. And that's why we building financial literacy, because there's so much that you can do in order to be able to be comfortable and able to leave the job quicker, right? Instead of feeling like you have to live day to day, because nobody want to be in the rat race, living check to check. It sucks. I don't like it. I use it as a necessity. So that's why I was talking about the exit plan. When they telling me about this supervisor and lead, and we want you to be the manager and talk to these people and all of this stuff, it's like, okay, that's good, that's cool. What you paying me?
Right. Yeah, because it's the glitz and glamour. You'll be able to do this.
Right.
You'll be able to do this.
Right.
No, all right, that's cool. We're gonna talk shit.
We'll give you $1 more for that.
Right. Yeah. You be able to do emails. You be able to, break this down. You can have this team. You can do. They try to throw all this stuff at you.
It came back to me.
Go ahead.
I remember one of them. So when it comes to leaving your job, if you already got like a side hustle, and I was talking to G about this.
Yeah.
When you get to the point where you either making the same amount on your side hustle as you do on your job, or you feel like your job is holding you back from making more on your side hustle, that's when you need to start making sure you got your plans and everything together. Because you right there.
You there.
You are. We always there for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you a hustler, like I'm the type of person, I don't really be worried about money that much. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Yeah. Because I know if I need to get it, I'm gonna find a way to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna find a way to get it, whatever I gotta do legally. You know what I'm saying? To get the money, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta flip burger to do something. If I find some way,
we'll find a way. So like for me, I'm coming up on my year anniversary of being self-employed.
My boy been on his own.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Business owner.
So I'm coming up on a year, and the thing that I realized is like, yo, there's so many ways to make money.
There's so many.
You know what I'm saying? Like
in this day and age.
I be running this.
Where is that? Just right here.
Yeah.
There's millions of ways to make money on this thing, man. Oh my gosh.
So many ways to make money, and you can make money for yourself. It don't even gotta be through a job now, and maybe we'll touch on that on another podcast episode. Different ways to make money, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's everywhere, man.
Yeah, so we'll touch on that on another podcast, but what I realized is, man, like, if you feel like your job is holding you back from accomplishing more, then it's time to make sure you get your plan together. And then the other thing I was gonna say is, man, sometimes you just gotta take that leap of faith.
That part.
Let's end it with that, John, because that's good.
You gotta take a leap of faith
because you gotta bet on yourself.
You never know. I had to come to like a rational thought with myself when it came to like, why I kept putting things off. What if my job just decided to fire me? What am I gonna do then?
Especially during this time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I gonna do? So I realized for me, man, that sometimes you just gotta believe in yourself. Like you said, we talked about school and everything like that, and doing great in school is good because that shows discipline. Yeah. That shows you can focus and study and things like that. Yep. But a lot of stuff we learn from K through high school, how much of that do you use in any job? You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember half that stuff, man. If that.
So we had to learn as we go. So the thing is, when you're making this jump, man, sometimes you just gotta take that leap of faith and be like, you know what? I'm gonna bet on myself that I'm gonna find a way to figure it out. I'm gonna find a way to get the job done. And follow other entrepreneurs, man, and learn their stories, because a lot of people's stories, they came from the bottom. They don't. Everybody don't win. Everybody don't start up here when they first get into business. No. They start from the bottom. They struggle. I love Gary Vee, man. I love Gary Vee. Yeah. He talked about how he didn't go out and party for like 5 years. Yeah. He never took a weekend off for like 5 years, yo.
It takes a grind, man.
It's grind, but now he go to Jets games whenever you want to, man. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice 3 to 5 years so you can live the rest of your life. Exactly. Or you can, I'm not taking shots at people with jobs, but you gotta figure out a way to not have to work 40 years to live 10 years.
Yeah. No, you know what I'm saying? The deal was when they clicked on this video. The video was titled that. So there's a way to get out of it. Keep it real.
But a lot of people, man, like, you look at our past generations, man, I used to see people working 30, 40, 50 years at their job. And I'm asking, like, when y'all gonna retire? Oh, I got another 6 years. And it's like, damn, like, you such a good person. You gave so much to this job. You gotta wait 6 years before you can retire. And then how much life do you have after that?
Exactly. I told you I used to manage a dude that was 70 years old. I used to manage him.
Bro.
I used to be like, bro, why are you still here? Why are you still here?
There's a lady that comes to the post office, bro, with a walker.
Why? That's not how life was meant to be.
It's
man.
not. It's not meant to
Not
be
meant to
that
work
way,
that
yo.
hard.
It's not meant to be that way. Like, this would give me
I feel bad. If I see that, bro, I feel bad.
Yo.
Like, why are you here? Like, come on.
It get me like riled up because like, yo.
We got 4 minutes.
Yo, it get me, and I'm gonna wrap up, man. But I do get passionate about this, man, because now that I've experienced life, I'm like, yo, this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have the freedom, I can pick my daughter up from school. I can take her to school. You know what I'm saying? I can spend time with my family. I can do this and that. I can structure my day and still get business done. We got 24 hours,
man.
We can get anything we need to get done in 24 hours. Exactly. It's just about planning, strategizing, and executing, man. And I'm just really passionate about that, man. You don't gotta work 40 years to live 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
wanna wrap it up, big
dog? I want y'all to, for one, you have to unlearn a lot in order to learn.
Talk to them.
Two, this is what I do with the mindset coaching. It's mental programming. We gotta break these programs. And we gotta get you installed in some new programs, some new ways of thinking, some new beliefs. All right,
that's what he for, yo.
This is what this channel is about, man. This is what this channel is about, bro.
Absolutely.
Breaking habits.
Yes. And I want to say, you don't need nearly as much as you probably think that you need in order to live comfortably on your own.
You don't
need, because I know for me, automatically I'm thinking millions. And it's like, no, you can make it with a double-digit thousand salary. Like, seriously. $60,000 a year, you can make it. You know what I mean? Easy.
Stop thinking you have to wear Gucci and Jordan. Cut that out and see how much money you got.
That's a lot of money you be saving.
A lot, man, on things.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
That's another.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that another episode.
Yeah, we got more to come for you guys, man.
Yeah. Exactly. So these are a few steps just to go in. This is a good topic that he came up with to really get you on a drive to get out of your job. I know a lot of men. And we live in this world where it's fast money. We're not talking about that. We're talking about men really building a foundation on a career, not a career, but a how can I say?
Ownership on your own.
Ownership, but I want to say like a passion that they may have that they want to go and work for themselves and do. Some people even do what they like to do, like cybersecurity and things like that. Or software like that. They work for a company when they could be doing it for themselves. So it's things that you even like to do and you want to do for yourself. So just put this in. I'm glad y'all clicked on this video, man. I hope this helps a little bit, give you some motivation, get you some encouragement to show that other men are in the same position as you, man. They're trying to do something better for their life. And they don't want to be working 60, 70 years for somebody else when they could provide for a legacy for them and doing something they like to do every day. It's going to be some hard work. It's going to be hard times. You're going to feel like quitting, man. But you gotta remember on your why and why you want to do this and the future that you want to go to. So create the challenges, create goals. That's what I speak about on my channel. Is creating goals and breaking these habits, like you said, man. We want to break the financial habits. We want to break these workout habits and these fitness and these nutrition habits, the bad ones. We want to get rid of that mindset and any other bad mindsets that you have going on. You want to break those habits, man. That's what we're here to do, man. We ain't just here just talking and rambling, man. We want people to do better. We want the men to do better in our community.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna get off the soapbox, man. We're gonna get up out of
here.
All
right, y'all. Take care.
It's the money, yeah.